stars were right. Every constellation sat exactly where it belonged. No flat dome, no sourceless light. Real night wind moved across the outpost platform, carrying the faint smell of recycled oxygen and distant rain. Conversations did not loop. People passed them on the walkway with normal, tired faces. No wide smiles. No cartoon raccoon echoes. Grok scanned the sky and the deck plating. His eyes stayed steady blue. Anomalies 0. We are out. Rafy walked a little ahead, clutching the sturdy plastic bag like it was the only thing still holding him together. Inside the clear water, Fishell swam calm, even circles. His orange cap stayed bright. Every few steps, the little fish drifted to the side of the bag where Rafy's paw pressed the plastic and gave it a gentle nibble, not hard. Just hello. Agatha watched. Only Agatha. The others laughed and stretched and talked about real food and real beds. She noticed the tiny things they missed. The water in the bag never sloshed when Rafy swung it. Fishell's circles stayed perfectly even. The plastic never fogged because he had no breath. She said nothing. They reached the edge of the platform market. Rafy turned too fast. His paws tangled. He tripped. The bag flew from his hands. It hit the metal grating with a soft plastic thump. Fishell vanished. No splash. No ripple. No trace of water or orange cap. Just the empty bag lying flat on the deck like it had never held anything at all. Rafy scrambled up, eyes wide. Fishell. He patted the bag, turned it over, shook it. Nothing. The group froze. George knelt first. Hey kid, maybe he slipped out when it hit. Rocky was already scanning the grating, Stetson low. Can't see a drop, neighbor. They searched for hours, under the walkway, between crates, along every seam of the deck plating. Grok ran thermal scans. Agatha stared at the empty bag and felt the wasps stir once soft and warning, but she kept her face calm. No, Fishell. Eventually, Rafy sat down hard, orange bow crooked, ears flat. He did not cry. He just held the empty plastic in his lap like it might still be warm. The others gathered around him. Noodly put a paw on the pup's shoulder. Well, keep looking tomorrow. As tough. He always was. George tried a gentle joke. Probably found a better pond, one with actual sun. Rocky ruffled Rafy's head. Fishell's been through worse than us. He'll turn up. Grok's voice was quiet. Probability of recovery unknown, but we are together. Agatha said nothing. Hours later, their stomachs growled in unison. Real hunger, the kind that came from real bodies in real time. Noodly stood. My apartment is still paid up for the next few months. It's not far. We can crash there. Real beds, real kitchen, everyone agreed. The walk was short. The door opened to the same quiet unit Noodly remembered. His gray hoodie still hung on the hook. The Plenimex patch sat on the right shoulder exactly where he had left it. But the lights were already on, and two red pandas stepped out of the kitchen, aprons on, smiling the exact smiles he had carried in his memory for years. Noodly, his mother called, voice warm as ever. Sweetie, you're home. His father laughed the same low laugh. Took you long enough. We've been back a couple cycles. Sorry for the long silence. Colony X was, well, you know. Noodly's legs stopped working. He stared. Then he was across the room in 3 strides, arms around both of them. Face buried in familiar red fur that smelled like home and cider and everything he had lost. You're back, he whispered. You're really back. The others stood in the doorway uncertain. Agatha's wasps buzzed once sharp. She watched the parents' reflections in the window behind them. The reflections moved, a half-second late. She said nothing. The parents insisted on cooking. Real food. Noodles spiced just right. The kind Noodly's mother used to make on quiet station nights. They sat around the small table. plates steaming, voices overlapping in easy, happy conversation. Rafy ate quietly, still clutching the empty plastic bag in his lap. George told a resort story. Rocky added a diner tale. Grok described star charts that finally matched. Noodly could not stop smiling. Agatha ate slowly. She watched the way Noodly's mother brushed a crumb from his hoodie with the same small gesture she had used 1,000 times in old recordings. She watched the way his father's shadow on the wall did not quite match the angle of the overhead light. She muttered under her breath, too soft for anyone else to hear. Why are they in Noodly's apartment? After the plates were cleared, the questions started. George asked first. So how did you two get out of Colony X? We never found any record of a second bus. Noodly's father waved a paw. Oh, the pocket just spat us out one day. Simple as that. We woke up on a supply station. No idea how long it had been. His mother nodded. We tried to send word, but the relays were down. You know how the void is. Noodly leaned forward, eyes shining. And Plenum X, the research team, the safe harbor you found. His mother laughed lightly. Sweetie, we never went into any pocket. We mapped it from the outside. Safer that way, his father added. Yeah, we charted the folds, sent the data back, and the station was fine. Never fell. You must have mixed up the reports. Noodly blinked. The patch on his hoodie felt suddenly heavier. He remembered the transmission, the last one. His mother's excited voice describing the 1950s town inside the pocket, the static, the sealed harbor, the search teams that never returned, the fall of Plenum X. None of that matched what they were saying now. The timelines were wrong. The details were pleasant, clean, fabricated. Rafy looked up from the empty bag, ears perking. But you told stories about the town, the fountain, the voices. His mother smiled the same warm smile. We must have been thinking of a different survey, honey. Agatha's wasps buzzed louder in her head. She kept her face blank. Noodly's paw drifted to the patch. It was still warm. But for the first time since they stepped into this lair, the warmth felt wrong. He looked at his parents, exactly as he remembered them, laughing, reaching for more noodles, asking about his friends like any proud mom and dad would. He looked at Agatha. She met his eyes for half a second, and in that half second Noodly felt the first cold thread of doubt slide into his chest. The stars outside, the window were still perfect. The food still tasted real, but something in the way his mother said, "We never went into any pocket," did not line up with the memory of her voice crackling over the comms years ago. He swallowed. The apartment light stayed bright and steady. No click, not yet. But Agatha was already watching the door like it might open on its own any second.